Good morning, my dear friends. Myself is M. Srikanth. I am from TTWREIS Usnabad. Today I am here to explain you environmental chemistry. So let us discuss about it in a detailed matter. First, what is environment? Environment is nothing but it consists of living things, non-living things and microorganisms. Microorganisms you cannot see with your naked eye, but you can see with through microscopic. So day by day this environment is polluting. So this environment contains four types. First one is atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere and biosphere. First, what is atmosphere? Atmosphere is nothing but several number of gases are present in this sphere. Next, hydrosphere. Hydrosphere is nothing but 96 of the earth's surface is covered with water, and hydro means water. There are different types of water bodies such as lakes, glaciers, groundwater, etc. Third sphere is lithosphere. Lithosphere means it refers to Earth's solid crust containing the outer mineral surface cover. It nothing but soil, minerals, organic matter, rocks. Litho means soil and rocks. Next, coming to the biosphere, it is the living process. How can you say biosphere is a living process? We are interact with these two spheres. What are they? Atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere. We need air to breathe out and inhale, hydrosphere to survive and drink water, lithosphere to cultivate the crops. So we are depending on these three spheres. So biosphere is also known as, bio means life, and it is also known as life sphere. Next, what is pollution? Pollution is nothing but addition of pollutants. Pollutants is nothing but the substances which causes pollution is known as pollutants. The pollutants are mainly four types. First one, primary pollutants, and secondary pollutants, biodegradable pollutants and non-biodegradable pollutants. Primary pollutants which occurs in natural form. For example, nitrogen, oxygen and oxides of sulfur, nitrogen and oxygen. These are the examples of primary pollutants. Then coming to the secondary pollutants, first they occurs in the first stage, and coming to the second day they pollute the environment is known as secondary pollutant. For example, PAN, peroxyacetyl nitrate. Then coming to the third pollutant, biodegradable pollutant. Biodegradable pollutant is nothing but the substances which can be decomposed in the soil. Decomposed means buried in the soil. For example, vegetables, rotten fruits and dry leaves are the examples of biodegradable pollutants. Non-biodegradable pollutants. Non-biodegradable pollutants means which cannot be buried in the soil, which cannot be decomposed in the soil. It takes lot of years to decompose in the soil. For example, DDT, dichloro diphenyl triethane, and plastics. Plastics take lot of time to decompose in the soil. Environmental pollution. What is happening to our environment day by day? Undesirable changes which affects the plants, animals and human beings is known as environmental pollution. Environment contains four segments: troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere and thermosphere. First, what is troposphere? Troposphere length is 0 to 10 kilometers. It is a dusty zone and formation of cloud takes place, and it is a strong air movement. Next, stratosphere. Stratosphere is also known as ozone layer. Ozone layer prevents the ultraviolet rays that are coming from the sun to the earth's surface, and several number of gases are present in stratosphere. Next, mesosphere. Mesosphere is very low in temperature and the air is in thin to breathe. Thermosphere, we don't know about it in detail, but where rays are from the atmosphere are first absorbed, such as X-rays and UV rays. UV rays are nothing but ultraviolet rays. Next, coming to the tropospheric pollution. The pollution which occurs in the troposphere is known as tropospheric pollutants. Tropospheric pollutants are two types, that are gaseous pollutants and particulate pollutants. First we will discuss about gaseous pollutants. In that, first type is oxides of sulfur. How this sulfur is produced? When sulfur containing fossil fuels were burned in thermal plants, oxides of sulfur are produced. When sulfur containing fossil fuels were burned in thermal plants, oxides of sulfur are burned. So what are the effects of this sulfur? At high temperature, it leads to the stiffness of flower buds. At low temperature, it causes various types of diseases such as asthma, bronchitis, etc. Next, coming to the oxides of nitrogen. Nitrogen and oxygen are main constituents of gaseous this gas. So we need to put more energy to break the between nitrogen triple bond is present. So to cleave the triple bond, we have to put more energy. In that, while putting more energy, lightning strikes the oxygen at higher altitude. Sometimes lightning and thunderstorms occurs while cleaving that bond. So what are the effects of nitrogen? The effects of nitrogen are respiratory illness in children. Oxides of carbon. Oxides of carbon are mainly two types, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. First we will discuss about carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a colorless and odorless. It is very poisonous for living beings. Why it is poisonous? Before going to discuss about carbon monoxide, what is hemoglobin? The pigment which is present in blood is known as hemoglobin, that is responsible for in red in color also. So when a person breathes carbon monoxide, he ultimately dies in a few seconds. The reason behind is that if a person breathes carbon monoxide, it combines with hemoglobin and gives rise to carboxyhemoglobin, which is very poisonous. If a person breathes oxygen, it combines with hemoglobin and produce oxyhemoglobin, which is beneficial and useful and not affectable. So carbon monoxide is 300 times more stable than oxygen. That's why carbon monoxide is very harmful. Then carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is produced by respiration and excessive amount of using of carbon dioxide, it results in global warming. Let us discuss about a global warming in a detailed manner. Our earth surface receives sun rays from the earth, from the sunlight. So what is happening? When sunlights are fall on the earth surface, the gases are present on that surface will absorb the heat, and the earth surface will absorb the heat and it is heated. So what are the gases are present on that surface? Carbon dioxide, oxygen, ozone, ethane, methane, etc. So these gases will increase the temperature on the surface of the earth, and excessive use of carbon dioxide will leads to the carbon global warming. Next, greenhouse effect. In some cold areas and cold situation areas, some people cultivate the crops under a flask or a glass. In that glass, inside the glass, number of crops are be cultivated. How that crops produce the food, how they prepare the food, we will discuss. They are placing a glass inside and they are cultivating with soil number of plants. When that flask receive the sunlight from the sun, the flask is heated and that heat is absorbed by the plants which are present inside the glass. So for preparing food, sunlight is essential. The plants receiving sunlight, so they can prepare their own food in the process of photosynthesis. So we are also an example of greenhouse effect. It is through we are also surrounded by a flask or glass, not a glass, but we are surrounded by a gases. That gases are known as greenhouse gases. What are greenhouse gases? Methane, ozone, carbon dioxide and oxides of nitrogen. Next, coming to acid rain. The normal pH value of acid rain is 5.6. When it falls below 5.6, it leads to acid rain. Okay. What is the presence in acid rain? That are nothing but sulfuric acid and nitric acid are responsible, and presence in the acid rains are responsible for the acid rains. So what are the effects of acid rains? It damages the aquatic ecosystem, it damages the soil fertility and harmful for the agriculture cultivation, and burning of petrol and diesel etc., oil in power stations, furnaces. Acid rain. You can see the below picture. Taj Mahal is constructed by Shah Jahan to indicate his love towards the Mumtaz Mahal. Before, it is a white in color. It is made up of marble. Marble is made up of calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate plus sulfuric acids gives rise to calcium sulfate plus hydrogen plus carbon dioxide. Before it is white in color, after now it present in purple or yellow in color. What is the reason behind this? The reason behind is acid rain. Next, coming to hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons are composed of hydrogen and carbon. How these hydrocarbons are produced? Incomplete combustion of fossil fuels. Incomplete combustion of fossil fuels are produced by hydrocarbons. What are the effects of hydrocarbons? Aging, and it leads to the twigs and fruits. Next, we discussed about gaseous pollutants of tropospheric pollution. Now we will discuss about particulate pollutants. What are these particulate pollutants? It includes minute solid particles or liquid droplets suspended in air. The source of particulate pollutants can be smoke, particles from fires, while vehicle emissions as dust particles etc. So particulate pollutants are various types. In that, first one is dust, smoke, mist, fumes, smog. Smoke. What is this smoke? How it is produced? Combustion of organic matter, for example, garbage, burning of fossil fuel, smoke from oil. Cigarette smoke is also a smoke. Dust. What is that dust? Sawdust of wood and crushing crushing of stones is an example of dust, mist. How these mist are produced? Are small water droplets that decrease the visibility in the atmosphere. For example, mist are nothing but sprays. These sprays are used in agriculture to kill the herbs, insecticides and pesticides. Fumes. What are these fumes? These are non-viable. Non-viable means non-transferable particulate pollutants that are nothing but these are produced by condensation of vapors, distillation, boiling and sublimation. Next, coming to smog. Smog is composed of smoke and fog. This smog is two types, classical smog and photochemical smog. First we will discuss about classical smog. Classical smog is also known as London smog. In classical smog, cool and humid climate is produced, and sulfur dioxide are the oxides. It is a reducing agent. Then coming to photochemical smog. Photo means sunlight. Here photochemical smog, sunlight is present. It is a combination of formaldehyde, acrolein, nitric acid, ozone and PAN. PAN is nothing but peroxyacetyl nitrate. It occurs in warm and sunny environment. It is a oxidizing agent and oxides of nitrogen are involved in photochemical smog. What are the effects of photochemical smog? It leads to the irritation of eyes. At high concentration, it leads to headache, chest pain, cough, difficulty in breathing. It damages to the plant life and corrosion of stones and metals. It also leads to cracking in rubber. How can this photochemical smog be controlled? By applying or by keeping catalyzed converters to the automobiles. Catalyzed converters to vehicles can be controlled by photochemical smog, and plant n number of trees in surrounding areas. Greenery should be there to control photochemical smog. Next, coming to stratospheric pollution. Stratospheric pollution is all what I told. Stratosphere is also known as ozone layer. It protects the harmful rays. What are the rays? Ultraviolet rays that are coming from the sun to the earth's surface. This ultraviolet radiations causes skin cancer in humans. Oxygen, when absorbs ultraviolet rays, it breaks into oxygen atom. Oxygen atoms, when combined with oxygen, they form ozone. In our world, a ozone hole is formed, that is in Antarctica. So what is that main gas is responsible for ozone depletion? Is nothing but chlorofluorocarbons. Chlorofluorocarbons are obtained by refrigerators and air conditioners that are also known as freon. That is also known as freon. CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, are used in refrigerators. These chlorofluorocarbons in atmosphere absorbs ultraviolet rays and forms chlorine free radical. So friends, our environment is polluting day by day. So what should we do? So we have to take some measures, some precautions to control our environmental pollution. First one is plant trees. Not only planting trees, we have to take care of that and plant and water them daily and remove the waste from that. Second, bring awareness among the people who are savage or uneducated people regarding the environmental pollution and motivate them. Third one, install tall chimneys in factories and industries. Next, avoid deforestation and construct industries, factories in open areas, not in living areas where others, animals and human beings get disturbed. So time అయిపోయింది. Yes, what is pollution? Then coming to again, what is pollution? The addition of any undesirable material to environment, that is air, water or soil by any natural sources or human activity which affects its quality, is called natural pollution. This pollution is not caused by only man-made things, it is also caused by natural calamities. What are natural calamities? Floods, tsunamis, earthquakes. How man-made activities are causing? You can see in the above picture that are factories, vehicles and n number of. If you look at this picture, earlier days it is in green in color, now it is in black color. What is the reason? N number of chemicals are involved. Before earlier days there is greenery, now there is no greenery. Why? Because deforestation is taking place and industrialization is taking place. So we have to minimize, we have to save our future environmental to our future generation. Acid rain is very harmful for, what are the effects of acid rains? Acid rain is harmful for agriculture, trees and plants. So it causes respiratory problems in human beings and animals. So friends, we have to protect our environment and save for our future generation. I hope you all understand. Thank you.
यत्र नार्यस्तु पूज्यन्ते रमन्ते तत्र